Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. Felt like a little bit of a change of pace. We had that action-packed Voices of the Void stream the other day. That was a lot of fun. But, you know, it's late at night. It's early night, late evening, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know what to call it. And I thought I want to do some Dyson Sphereing tonight. I'm not really expecting a lot of folks in the chat. That's not unusual. Most of my people here are in the afternoon, my time. And that's okay. That's okay. So, the last time I streamed Dyson Sphere Program, I spent most of my time just being lost and confused. Because it had been, like, 2 months since the last time I played the game. Also, that's a really cool-looking Dyson Sphere right there. It had been 2 months, and I couldn't remember, like, what I was doing. So, I was lost, I was confused, I was unsure. It was a little bit of a disaster, I'm not going to lie. So, on top of that, we expanded our production of... Well, I say we expanded our production, but we really just, like, got a whole heck of a lot more of this silicon ore into our production lines. And I'm really hoping that helps to improve the production of pretty much everything on this planet in particular. It looks like... What are we missing? We're still missing silicon. So it looks like we're still struggling with silicon. So I think what we're going to have to do is dramatically increase production here. And I mean dramatically. We can do that. We have that power. We have this nice little area over here we can expand into. We're still getting silicon in. Yes. So I think what we're going to do is... How do we want to do this? This is a gross, disgusting mess of an area. And that's okay. But we want to get a whole lot more silicon into this area. Into this production area. That way it can go here, it can go out here to where these microprocessors are being built. It can go wherever it wants. So I think the easiest and best way to do that is to just, like, come out here. We still have these, like, Gauss towers here. I don't really need them anymore, but I'm also too lazy to, like, get rid of them. So I'm just gonna kind of build around them for the time being, I think. And I believe I have a blueprint in here for smelting. Is it actually updated? No, it still has Mark III sorters. I mean, materials. I can build a few of those, I guess, just to get the blueprint down. And then we can upgrade it, upgrade the blueprint, reset it, and then we'll never have to use Tier 3 sorters ever again. Inventory capacity, super nice. We needed that. Things were getting a little bit claustrophobic here. And we're going to continue with our bot upgrades, because I think that's something we're really struggling with right now. So our next inventory capacity upgrade requires our mystery flavored cubes here. we still have a while to go before we deal with that nonsense. But what we can do, same with that, we can upgrade our energy circuit so we just have more power to work with. That seems like a good idea. And now, is this done?
Insufficient materials.
Oh. That's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll plop this bad boy down, and then we'll go from there. So let's grab this. Yeah, so if I recall correctly, it needs to go this way. Yes. And we need to run this guy right in here. So that'll provide the silicon. We'll set these guys up to produce silicon bars.
Replication complete.
Now, if I recall correctly, we have plenty of power here to work with. So I shouldn't really have to worry too much about a power bottleneck. We'll just kind of get working on this guy. There we go. So let's upgrade this real quick. And then this should be the final form of our basic smelter. Actually, will it save the recipe? You know, that's actually a good question. Maybe for the moment, just so that this doesn't screw anything up with the recipe and I have to do this every single time. We're going to do that. We're going to come in here to blueprints. We're going to create a blueprint. And it's going to be this guy. It's just going to be another, like, basically an upgraded basic smelter blueprint. Nothing fancy. Basic smelter again. Yeah. We'll even leave the Tesla towers, because those will be super useful too. And then we'll save that blueprint. Yes. There we go. And then we can get rid of this one. Just remove that. And then we have our basic smelter blueprint. Nice. All right. I'm sure we will probably remember to use that in the future. Maybe. All right. So now we want to run this silicon down this way. Oh, thank you, Logistics Center. I completely forgot that you did that. I love how I just forget how things work in this game. It's great. Alright, now we want to tie this in. I mean, we should be able to tie this right into here. That shouldn't cause a problem. This is already the output for these bars. So it's just going to be adding more to the output. I guess maybe we may have to, like, stack them. Maybe, but that seems unnecessary at this moment, we'll say. So now, if we really want to, and I think there's no kill like overkill, right? There's no kill like overkill. I think we're going to build this again. Over here, right next to it. Like that. Yeah. Go ahead and get rid of that little dongle there. And then we'll have 10 more smelters. Straight up, we may need more silicon. We may need more of these things. I don't quite know.
Replication complete.
But what I do know is that we are definitely producing a lot more now. And that's good. That was the intended goal. So let's go ahead and maybe we need to plop more interstellar logistics vehicles into here. Can we build a bunch more? We should be able to. No, we don't have the thrusters because we don't have the titanium alloy. At least not in our inventory. We should have some back at base. Back home. Yeah, because right now we're getting a lot of ore in, but we still need a whole lot more. A whole lot more. And unfortunately, this planet is pretty much capped out as far as like the amount of silicon is producing. Like there is one more here that's not being harvested right there that has 43,000 ore, and then there's another one right there. So this planet is almost completely tapped out of silicon, which was one of my big fears. But we should be doing a little bit better now. If we go into our statistics panel and we just look at silicon, well, I guess not a whole lot has changed, yeah. Although our consumption rate of silicon ore is actually absurdly high. Huh. Okay, maybe I overdid it a little bit on the silicon.
Mineral depleted.
But we have increased our microcrystalline component production, which is good. But we may need to go and grab even more silicon at that one planet that we were mining it at. Also, hold on a second. I just happened to notice that we're still using a lot of these Mark III sorters here. Is that just like a pervasive problem? No, it was really just in this area. And over here. Huh. I mean, that's not a big deal. But that's fine. Also, at some point we have to bring Proliferator here, but we're not going to worry about that at the moment. We should. We should make that happen. But we're not going to make it happen at the moment. Alright, let's head back to Svalson 3. We're going to grab some titanium. And we're going to build some more logistics vessels for that interstellar logistics station. Where is the hive? Okay, it's over there. That's good. Overall, it definitely seems like my research is starting to move a little bit more smoothly. It's still going a little bit slow, but we're not having the super long periods of stagnation that we were having. It's because we're actually starting to get those microprocessors in. We're starting to get those microprocessors in, which is allowing us to build the higher tier processors, which is allowing us to build the super high tier processors, which is allowing us to build green cubes, which is our main research bottleneck right now. We have everything else at the moment. Although I'm a little bit concerned about our yellow cubes over the long term. We seem to be struggling to get all of the resources that we need for it. Mainly it's these titanium crystals. We may need to expand our production of those a little bit. But that's... I say it a lot. I say it a lot. I'll say it again. That's a problem for future me.
Mineral depleted.
Not current me. Oh, man. Do I have any of these high-tier engines? No. Okay, let me go grab them real quick. Let's see, they should be right in here. Yes. Okay. I'm just going to build 10 of these. It shouldn't take very long. We should probably actually start producing those engines on a massive scale, because we're going to need a lot of logistics vessels. I'm just bad at my job. Alright, so we are producing more engines than we were. We were struggling there for a while. If we go into these engines... Oh, I don't remember what they're called. What are you called? Turbines. There was a period a couple hours ago. Okay, maybe not 100 hours ago. It's like right in here where our production was slumping. And that's because we weren't getting these coils produced. Which we've kind of solved that problem in a jank way, although not really. I wonder if, like, in the super long term, you want to just set up, like, planets of specific production and then just funnel it to it like an industrial world. I don't really know. So, how does our energy output look? So when I say that, I mean these guys, these accumulators. We have 560 accumulators. That's not really a lot. Although I think part of the problem is we're not building them very fast. Which isn't the end of the world, I guess. We don't really need a lot of accumulators. And we can reuse them, right? They're reusable. So eventually we will get a lot of them. It just may take some time. Alright, let's head back to Svalson 1 before the dark fog makes a complete orbit. And then we'll see how things go from there. Another thing I want to set up tonight is production of these frame materials, which is also another reason why I'm trying to expand my production of silicon, is because that's one of the resources we need for the silicon. And we also need these carbon nanotubes. Hello, Talion Dath. How's it going today? Is it Friday? Wait, is it Friday? No, it's Saturday. You scared the heck out of me. I was like, wait a second, if it's Friday, I have to work. I have to be at work in a few minutes. No sound? No sound? No, I have sound. I definitely have sound. It's just you, Tally. Tally on Death, you made me panic. You made me think it was Friday. You had your headset plugged in? That's okay. Alright. We have our silicon over here. Let's slam in a bunch of these guys. Oof. Yeah, that's right. You go get that silicon. Yes. Oh, we're gonna have so much silicon. It's gonna be great. All right. So the next thing that we need are these carbon nanotubes. So these aren't that difficult to make, actually. And in fact, I think I want to start production of them on the planet that's providing me with the cashmere crystals, because we have graphene there, we have titanium there, so we could very easily set that up. We just have to build a bunch of chemical facilities there, or better or worse. Another option is we could see if we could find this stalagmite crystal. Which would probably mean prospectoring a new system, trying to find new resources. That could either be very easy or very difficult, depending on where things are and how things are. But I can see now the resources in all of the systems around me. There's unipolar magnets. I just worry about going too far out. There's sulfuric acid. That is something that I needed. Grading crystal, stalagmite crystal, and sulfuric acid. You don't say. Please tell me it's on the same planet. It's not. This planet has the sulfuric acid. And then I assume one of these has the stalagmite crystal. Okay. Oh, this is an aquatic planet too? That's not great. That means we're going to need a lot of foundation to build there. And in fact, other than crude oil, that's pretty much the only resource at this system. It's 13 million stalagmite crystal. There's also crude oil at both of these planets, which is also considered a rare resource. I think for now, we hold off on that. There's a lot of dark fog here, and I don't quite know if I want to pick more fights with dark fog. I want to get my home system sorted out before I start picking fights with other dark fog. You know, even though I've already picked a fight with the dark fog here. Although I have completely wiped out the dark fog in this sector. Let's see. This is where we're getting the silicon. This is where we're getting the the grading crystals. Yeah. Alright, let's build some chemical facilities. I think that's my next step. We're going to need a lot more than 3 of them. We need stone. Is there stone here? There probably is. There's stone over here.
Flight mode.
I don't know if I want to manually farm the stone because we're going to need a lot of packed stone for this. But this will at least give it a minute for some of the silicon to work through the system. We'll have a better idea of what we need going forward.
Replication complete. Mineral depleted.
Yeah, we're going to want a lot. We're going to want a lot of these, so this is taking too long. This is taking too long. I'm bored now. Let's head back to the home system, the home planet. Ooh. Let's not crash into the star, and by the star I mean the planet.
Replication complete.
I'm gonna have to be careful to avoid the dark fog. Look at that. Doesn't that look so cool? Okay, it looks a little bit weird from this angle. Why don't you bring resources to build on the planet? I mean, I could. But I could just build the buildings and then transport the buildings there. Man, I like the visuals in this game. This game is very pretty. Yeah, I want to deal with that hive before I start picking fights with more dark fog clusters. And this is a sizable dark fog hive. At least it's one of the larger ones we've had to deal with, other than the one that was on my home world. Alright, let's keep going. We got a lot of power now. Oop, did I get a little bit too close? Don't attack the dark fog. Okay, we're good. Wham. Alright.
Flight mode.
Okay, let's go grab stone. We need stone. Should be down this way, yeah? Yeah. We need some of this packed stone. And we need glass, which we could just turn raw stone into glass. That should work just fine. Yeah. So that gives us 14. One more gives us 15. Let's also grab more belts and more sorters, because we'll definitely want plenty of those still. Look at our nice little production here. I mean, it's messy as hell, but it looks cool. And some of it's not exactly working to full capacity, but that's okay. I never claimed I was perfect. Nor will I ever claim to be perfect. That was never the point of this. The point of this was just to kind of chill and build a little Dyson Sphere. You know, just a little wee tiny baby sphere. And then maybe a bigger one after that. Where are my... There they are.
Flight mode.
Hello. These are the tier 3 belts, right? Yeah. We'll just grab 2 of those. Yeah, we'll we'll grab 3. There we go. We actually have so... Wait, are these not the tier 3 boats? No, they're the Mark 3 boats. Where are they going? Belts. Where are you going, Belt-chan? Oh yeah! I forgot that I put them into a logistics station so that I can transport them across the galaxy. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I think we're also transporting, yeah. We need a few of these. Let's just grab 100. That way, we'll be sure that we never run out. Never's a strong word. Never's a very strong word. But we'll be sure that we won't run out for a while. Alright, so how does our silicon look? We should be making way more now. Not on this planet, though. Just the entire star cluster. We're making quite a bit more, actually. We're still consuming a lot. And that would be for the micro components. Yes, let's go back to 10 minutes. We are making a lot more components now. And the funny thing is, as much as we've what, doubled our production, maybe a little bit more of these microcrystalline components, we still need more. So that should have a trickle-down effect. Yeah, we're making more processors now. Because we're making more processors, we're also making more... Oh, what are they called? I don't even remember. The quantum chips. Yeah, we're making more quantum chips. Still not a great showing, but it could be worse. And because we're making more of those, I'm actually putting in cubes rather than matrices. Because we're doing more of those, we're actually producing more of the gravity matrices as well. So it's just like a trickle-down effect. The more resources you put in, the more you produce, and the more you produce, the more things you can produce. It makes perfect sense. I think. Maybe. What do we want to upgrade now? Solar sail attaching speed? We could start working on solar sail attaching speed. We're getting very close to starting to actually build a Dyson Sphere. We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, we're off to Delta Centauri. Let's go have an adventure. Oh, let's not get sucked into the gravity well of the planet. Goodbye, dark fog. Yeah. So there's a few things I want to do in Delta Centauri. First things first, I want to set up my what were they called? Carbon nanotubes at Delta Centauri 3.
Mineral depleted. Warp engine deactivated.
That was actually terrifying. That was actually kind of terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. The second thing I want to do is actually mine more silicon at the other Delta Centauri planet. We have a presence at. Yeah, so I already set up carbon nanotubes here to supply. And I think I did that on purpose, knowing that this was past me did that on purpose, knowing that I was probably going to be coming here to do this at some point. So we have... Okay. Yeah. We have titanium coming from here. And then we have our graphene coming from here. So how do we want to split this off, and where do we want to start production? I mean, I think the most logical place to start... You know, I say that. I want to leave plenty of room for future growth of this planet. So I don't really want to build right up against this. I don't really want to build right up against this or over here.
Extraterrestrial dark fog is assaulting.
Dark fog is assaulting, hopefully, my main planet. Because otherwise things are going to be sad. I mean, most of the planets in this system are pretty well protected. Yeah, they're going for my home world. That should be fine. I have plenty of guns around that. So, yeah, I think I want to build it, like, out this way, maybe. Just, like, off in this direction. It means more belts. It definitely means a larger network of belts. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Upgrade complete.
Can I stack these? I'm just gonna get a few levels of that.
Flight mode.
Okay, before I monkey around with this, how does this look? Okay, so it should actually be getting to the point where it will send these empties back. I think. Yeah, it just did it. It just did it. So the 400 empties that were here will go back to my main system, and they'll get recharged, and then they'll be sent potentially back to here. Maybe. Maybe. Alright. I'm a little bit concerned by the fact that this dark fog threat isn't going away yet. But I'm also not getting notified of any damage to my home system. Oh no, they just haven't arrived there yet. Wait, where are they? Where are they going? Okay, no, they're just attacking from above. Okay, yeah, we've seen that before. And then they'll start getting picked off by the missile defenses. Yep. Yeah, so we're okay with that. You too? There we go. Crisis averted. Although our lack of hydrogen...
Mineral depleted.
Our lack of hydrogen is a bit of a problem. I may have to build a whole bunch of orbital collectors and put on my home system gas giants. I don't really want to, because these are actually really expensive to make. I mean, we do have a supply line of super magnetic rings, so that won't be so bad, but these reinforced thrusters take a lot of resources, and I don't have a production line set up for those. And accumulators, well, we do have a bunch of accumulators now, so that wouldn't be quite so bad. But I think we just need more hydrogen. I don't think we're getting enough. which is kind of surprising. I mean, it's not, like, too surprising. I'm not shocked. I don't think we've done much to increase our capacity for hydrogen lately. How does this look? Would this work for what I want it to? I don't believe so, because that's specifically for the fire ice, which is only one resource. I'm gonna have to have two come in. I don't think I have a blueprint for that. I haven't really been doing well with my blueprints, keeping a bunch of useful blueprints. Should probably start doing that a little bit more. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab this guy. Oh, dang. Okay. Oh, right. I'm crossing the pole. Well, this is awkward. Let's not do that. Let's not cross the tropics line or whatever it's called. We'll just head this way instead, I guess. Man, that's gonna be so long. Whatever, it's fine. It's not like we don't have plenty of resources to spare. We have the resources of an entire star cluster. We can be a little wasteful. A little wasteful. Emphasis on a little. Rip Ruben, how's it going tonight? Hopefully you're having a good day, or hopefully you've had a good day. There we go. It's a bit late now, so I can't say, you know, I hope you're having a good day because it's almost over. But hopefully the day was good. Alright, so we need to bring this over. I mean, I could probably just bring it over this way, right? I think that'll work. It's going pretty good so far. Haven't really done anything. Tomorrow you'll do more. The floor is looking dirty. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat. I haven't really done much today. I have D&D tomorrow, so I'm gonna be busy tomorrow, even though I kind of just want to chill and not be busy, but that's okay. I have D&D every other weekend, so it's not like it's that much. There we go. Alright, and then we're just going to kind of leapfrog it over. Not whatever the heck I said a second ago. There we go. I also have to start preparing for the festive day, which is coming up in just a couple days. I am not prepared for that at all. And instead of preparing for it, I'm sitting here playing video games.
Upgrade complete.
Which is honestly reasonable, but, you know, not everybody else thinks that. You're on Christmas break, no school will be stressing you out. That's fair. I don't get a Christmas break because I am not in school. Which is both nice, but also not so nice. You're doing some work to prepare for Monday, just having me in the background. Hey, and you know, honestly, that's kind of what I expect from Dyson Sphere Program. I don't expect people to be, like, rivetingly staring at the screen of me doing the same things over and over again. Even if you're just listening to, like, the music and the dulcet tones of my voice, that's kind of what I would expect from this game. It's not exactly a high-octane experience. And, you know, if you hear me yell and scream, then you know that something's going on, and it's time to come back. Honestly, Voices of the Void is the same way. Voices of the Void does not have a lot of excitement going on in it, but when it does, oh boy, does it. What do you mean I'm too far away? Do I have to be right in front of it to, like, push the on button? I don't think so, game. I think you're being silly. All right. We may need another line of towers providing power. Maybe not. Maybe we're okay. Alright, game. I'll trust you this time. I don't know why I'll trust you, but I'll trust you. I would trust a game like this more than I would trust Voices of the Void. That's for sure. Mostly because it feels like sometimes the Voices of the Void is just, like, actively trying to troll you. Which is fair. There we go. Alright. Now we just have to bring this over. Just like that. Nice.
Mineral depleted.
Meanwhile, we're still having basic resource shortages on our home world. That's going to cause a problem at some point. And hopefully not anytime soon. There we go. We've already produced almost 700 carbon nanotubes. But you know what we could use? We could use more. So why not take this to the logical extreme, shall we? Well, maybe we want to be a little bit careful.
Flight mode.
How quickly are we burning through these? I mean, in theory, we may just need a second energy exchanger. Would that be so bad? I don't think it would be. Energy exchangers are providing 55% of the power here. You know, let's push it. Let's push it a little bit more. I can always build
Insufficient materials.
another energy exchanger. In fact, I can start working on that right now. In fact, it'll be done very quickly.
Replication complete.
Now, we only have 5 more of these chemical plants. We can set up 2 more for 7. So let's go ahead and slap another one of these bad boys down. We'll set it to discharge. We'll, you know, create a gap here
Replication complete.
so that we can do that. There we go. Nice.
Mineral depleted. Light mode.
Okay. So we'll have to adjust this slightly so that we can... I mean, do we though? Do we? We could just set this in here. Maybe something like this. That's gonna be close though. I don't actually know if it can reach the titanium like that. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm pretty sure it can just barely reach the titanium. Maybe these higher tier sorters have longer ranges. I don't know, actually. What the? One of these days I'm going to come back and see that and it's going to bother me, and I'm going to fix it. But it's not right now. Right now we're just going to keep going with what we're doing. Honestly, all of the carbon nanotubes that we're producing here, we may not even need the supply line on our main planet. We have four chemical plants on our home planet making these things. And we may have a few more at this point. But we've already way outpaced that with just this little bit. Entire star cluster. That. You know, I say we way outpaced it. We definitely, like, doubled our production. From 60 to 130. Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough. Well, we have plenty of carbon nanotubes now. That's the important part. Is there anything else here we want to expand while we're waiting? And when I say while we're waiting, I mean, like, while we're here. I don't think so. I think the next thing we need to do is get more hydrogen for this production line. I did not realize how much hydrogen this actually pooled. We're not using more graphene than we're producing, are we? No. Okay. All right, we're still good with that. And we have no Dyson Sphere here, which makes sense. All right. Let's head back. No. I want to get more silicon. That's right.
Light bulb.
Silicon is what we're looking for next. Where's the silicon planet in this system? I don't remember which Delta Centauri it is. Is it 1? No, but there's grading crystal there. It's that one. Okay. I find it highly unlikely that we would ever put a Dyson Sphere around this star. This is one of the dimmest stars in our system, in our cluster of stars. And it's also super tiny. But that's okay. We don't judge it for its size. It still serves a purpose. That purpose is currently to
Mineral depleted.
provide a gravity well for our planet, providing us with silicon ore. That is its purpose. Size matters not. Remember Yoda's teachings. When you want to contribute a significant amount of a galactic star cluster's resources to building a Dyson Sphere, unfortunately, size does matter. Technically, brightness matters a lot more than size, but a large bright star will still produce more than a small bright star. At least in the context of Dyson sphering. Blam.
Ended.
All right.
Flight mode.
Let's just follow these power lines then, shall we? Let's see how much of our... Look at all of the ships coming to get those. That's great. That's beautiful. I love it. We're actually not burning through it as fast as I thought we would be. I think I'm still going to add more. Where's the next closest silicon vein? It may be this one up here. Okay. Well, let's go get it then. As with all of the other, like, silicon mines on this planet, this is just going to be a rough and sloppy, let's slap down a bunch of mines and hope for the best. Which seems to be working for everything else in this on this planet, so we might as well set it for this one too.
Insufficient materials.
Let's build a couple more of these. We only have to attach it over to here. There we go. And then we do want it to have its own line in.
Replication complete.
There we go. All right, we should have way more than enough silicon now to last us for a while. Even with the logistics station eating up 3,200. And honestly, we could probably transfer in some of these space warpers. Just so that they have them. Then they can transfer even more silicon. Yes. Even more silicon. You know what? Let's I think I have some warpers in my inventory. I could give it a little jump start. Where are they? Do I not have warpers in my inventory? Yeah, right here. There we go. Look at that. That's the beautiful sight of economy right there. How much silicon is that? 1,100 per minute. Dang. That's a lot of silicon. That actually produces more than we're consuming. That's good. That's very good. That may solve some of our problems then. All right. How does that mean our nano, not our carbon nanotubes, our microtubes may have another issue? We'll take a look at that when we have a chance. Processor production has increased as well. We're doing good. All right. We go back to our home planet. Our home planet. I mean,
Flight mode.
there's not really a better way to explain it. We could call it our home planet. And we're going to set up these
Warp engine
things.
activated.
Our main goal for today, setting up these frame materials. And then we're going to start actually producing some Dyson Sphere components. If I can get some Dyson Sphere components built before I end the stream, I'll consider today a success. But we've got to get these frame materials started before we can even consider getting the Dyson Sphere components. And then we just need the carrier rockets. All things in good time.